All right, you guys, what's going on? What's going on, ball fan? What's going on, RWA? Your boy Jordan Trask back for another video here, and it's BLA take 44 as the Chargers came out with a preseason Week 1 win against the Los Angeles Rams. So, yep, we beat LA again. So that means we beat the Rams. As for right now, let's get into a 34-17 Chargers win against the LA Rams in preseason Week 1 matchup at SoFi Stadium, as we share stadiums with the Rams from our team of football, the Chargers. So let's get into this highlight. Cameron Dicker had 2 field goals to put the Chargers in a 6-0 lead, as always. And then first to second quarter, we had so Darius Davis took an 81-yard punt return for the touchdown for the Chargers and led 13-0. And then Quinn Johnson, his first touchdown in preseason as a rookie for the Chargers, he had his first touchdown catch to put the Chargers lead 20-7 against the LA Rams since we took on Stetson Bennett. And one of 2 Charger backup quarterbacks was Easton Stick and also Max Duggan. Yeah, what's up, SoCal Slime? Yeah, bolt up and BLA, of course. Yeah, bolt up and BLA because it's preseason. It's still preseason before the regular season starts at the end of the day. So, what's it for the Chargers? Coming out with Dan Henley and Tuli Poluto. Whatever his last name is, I know. But yeah, of course. And then Scott Matlock played defensive good, and David Moa did well too against the Rams. And what depends on the point for the Chargers is putting a win against the LA Rams, but it's preseason. Like, what did I tell you guys? It's preseason football before regular season starts in September. Because, it's preseason because we got the preseason Week 1 win against the LA Rams. And next preseason game for Week 2 we got is the New Orleans Saints. Because Drew Brees, Darren Sproles used to play for the Chargers and played for the Saints, as always. So Saints have a new quarterback for Derek Carr and Jameis Winston and their coach, Dennis Allen. Because at the end of the day, that means Elijah Dotson had 2 touchdowns in third and fourth quarter against the LA Rams. So, Kellen Moore season begins now for the LA Chargers 2023. Like we already said, it's Super Bowl season or bust in next 2 years for the LA Chargers. So in the next 2 years. So we have a 34-17 win for the LA Chargers in preseason game Week 1 against the LA Rams. So bolt up in BLA. So Rams had 2 quarterbacks, Stetson Bennett and Brett Rapin. Yeah, Brett Rapin came out of Denver and joined the Rams organization. So Sean McVay. So even Justin Herbert and Matthew Stafford were sitting out for the preseason game. So, yeah. So always be compared for the Chargers to win against the LA Rams right before another preseason win in Week 2 against the entire New Orleans Saints team in SoFi Stadium. And then Week 3 in preseason, we got the 49ers since we played them like last year in the regular season. But we played the Saints, like until next year we play the Saints. After we play 4 NFC North teams until we play the South. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I ever want to tell you. So, the Saints, okay, their Saints team is going to play the Chiefs in preseason Week 1 in New Orleans. I think Derek Carr is going to play against the Chiefs as a Saint, as a member of the New Orleans Saints. And at the end of the day, and what that being said, so Chargers get a preseason Week 1 win, and we move on to the next preseason game against the New Orleans Saints. Because, yeah, we play the Saints next week after this week against the LA Rams, so bolt up and beat LA. But, yeah, bolt up and beat LA is right. So, yeah. And with that being said, at the end of the day, what the Chargers team did is compete out against the LA Rams in preseason game. And, yeah, you know what? Like, Rance Daly and then Derek Ansley, of course, and then Kellen Moore, and then Coach Ficken for a special teams coordinator. But, yeah, the Chargers special teams of the punt return, kick return, the kickoff team, you know. So with that being said, at the end of the day, I was the only one who wanted to know at the end of the day. So believe it or not, so you have to do with the deal what is being said. And I know the special team was doing great against the Rams special teams. So that's why Darius Davis took a 81-yard to the house for a punt return touchdown for the Chargers, since we led a multiple points against the Rams team by the Chargers. Well, hold on a second. Sorry about that, but I'm back. So sorry about that once again, but okay. All right, back to this. So next preseason week we got after the Rams, we got the Saints coming up. So let's talk about the Saints next preseason week, number 2. And let's get that started. All right. So we got the Saints next week for our preseason week 2. Before we play the Saints in week 2 preseason game, the Saints got to play the Chiefs first, and then we got to play the Saints after we play the Rams with a 34-17 victory in a preseason game of week number 1 in preseason in SoFi Stadium. So so we stay home and we stay here for another football game in preseason against the Saints in week 2 preseason game for the Chargers. And yeah, and also Max Duggan and then Easton Stick does a good job without Chase Daniel, but no more Chase Daniel era. It's now with Justin Herbert, Max Duggan, and also Easton Stick, who is with us for now at the end of the day. So, okay, so I'm glad Quentin Johnson became a good rookie to score his first touchdown as a Charger. But yeah, also, we got more football games coming up for a preseason matchup until we get the regular season started for week 1 matchup against the Miami Dolphins. So, but I know their Thursday night's game between Chiefs and Lions. So, I guess if Detroit wins against Kansas City, it's a shocker. We will see about that. Because, at the end of the day, I always say what it is for the Chargers is to beat LA. But yeah, you know it. Bolt up and beat LA, of course, is what we're talking about. So, all right. So I get that before, right before this goes on. And yeah, for the Chargers, of course, JT Woods and Justin Taylor played absolutely great. Almost got an interception. So Chargers almost recovered a fumble, but it was called incomplete. So that means we were sorry about that because it was incomplete. For right now, I have to say what is going on because you know what? What it is for this team to compete out against the Rams is the Chargers. Because what, that being said, everything all on the line when we play this game of football for preseason before regular season. And you know what? At the end of the day, I know what it was because every moment we know, when it comes down to this. And nothing goes on. No one can ever agree on this because, so that's why Brandon Staley took on his former team once again with Sebastian Joseph Day and multiple guys. And also, Neiman and all that, 57 for the Chargers, of course. Yeah, you got more of these guys coming. And also, we got a lot of defenses. And I know this before. At the end of the day, we had our starters sitting out for the preseason game before we start them out for the regular season game. So we don't want to be injured again because we do not want to talk about that last year. And also that, but I have one more words to say. Bolt up and BLA. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So I got one more words to say. Chargers came out and compete against the Rams. So bolt up and beat LA with a 34-17 preseason week 1 win in SoFi Stadium. And next week we got the Saints coming up. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna head out. It's your boy Jordan Trask. Peace out. Bolt up and beat LA, and go Chargers. And we will see you next week for preseason week 2 against the New Orleans Saints. So peace out, folks, and bolt up. Peace. I'm out.